I mentioned this documentary that I was watching with Anne Robinson, and it was called the Trouble with Women, yeah. And so it was really dealing with feminism, all right. But there was a very interesting part of it whereby, in looking at how boys develop differently from girls, yeah, they went into a toy store, yeah, and obviously, she went with I think a child psychologist or something, and they went into this toy store and they went to the boys section and the girls section. Yeah. Now, obviously, the boys section full up of blue. Yeah. And one of the things that I kind of fought against, yeah, is people just buying my son bare blue. I have nothing against the color blue, but there's this. I'm kind of rebellious against these westernized gender dynamics. Yeah. And so yeah, there's plenty of colors. You know what I'm saying, around the place. Well, I want the green. Yeah. You know what I mean? I like green. You know, like natural kind of rainforest and go into the lighter greens. And I love them something there, you know what I'm saying? They represent peace to me. I want to yellow, you know what I mean? And even red, you know what I'm saying? What to them colour there? Purple and orange and something there, you know what I mean? So yeah, like please, like I encourage people to surround your child, whatever their gender, with a range of colours, yeah? Even in terms of what they wear, yeah? You know what I'm saying? I don't understand this, why it's always got to be blue business. Nothing wrong with blue, but yeah, I was fighting against that, you know what I mean? But yeah, Anne Robinson, this documentary now. So she goes into the toy store, and this woman goes to the boys section, and there are a lot of toys in the boys section that relate to being able to solve problems, yeah, or build things. You know, you got a spanner and a screwdriver, yeah. They're very tactile, very orientated around developing the child's sense of agency. I am in charge. I am able to build. I am able to construct. I drive the car. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Them kind of things there. Them kind of toys that were in the boys section. When it came to the girls, it was all princess and fairy, and so a lot of the girls' toys were developed around their ability to look pretty and nice and feel nice, you know what I'm saying? It's not necessarily developing their agency in any particular kind of way, and obviously full of their pink, yeah. And you know what I mean, which makes you wonder what Amos Wilson was thinking when with the title of this particular book right here, you know what I mean? Where he was going with the pink business, you know what I'm saying? But that's an interesting thought for another time. So yeah, but it just put me in the mind of understanding, obviously the nature of the toys that children, yeah, and what it produces in them, not only in terms of their psychomotor and cognitive development, but also their characters, yeah. Because once taking it from the idea of developing a trusting environment develops their confidence, then obviously the toys that they play with also develop their characters in a particular way, yeah. So what sense of self do I develop as a result of the toys that I play with, yeah? And the best example of this is the well-known experiment with the dolls, yeah, that was done in the 1950s, I believe, and then more recently in this documentary called A Girl Like Me, that redone that particular doll test where you gave black children white dolls and black dolls, yeah. And the interesting thing in that in the A Girl Like Me documentary is that when she was asking the children, which is the nice doll, which is the good doll, and 9 times out of 10 they chose the white doll, yeah, which is the bad doll. 9 times out of 10 they chose the black doll. But the key question was, which is the doll that is most like you? And the child that chose the black doll as the bad doll also chose that as the doll that represents themselves. Yeah. So, and this is early. We're talking about children that are no more than 5-6 years old. Yeah, and already developing this sense of self as associated with the toys that they're playing with and the messages that they're picking up from their environment. Yeah, and so I'm putting all these things into perspective now, thinking about all these things as I'm reading this book and watching my son develop in such a short space of time, yeah, in the space of a week, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, a lot of thoughts took place around that, and one of the conclusions that I've come to is that around the type of toys, yeah. Well, first of all, one of the conclusions that I came to was that if I'm blessed to have a girl, being more conscious, yeah, of the toys or how the environment is trying to shape her, You know what I'm saying? And combating that through the toys that I buy for her, you know what I'm saying? But also in relation to my son, and looking at, you know, the kind of toys that we want him to be playing with. And I came to the conclusion that I'm going to buy him a lot of scientific based toys, especially in his formative years leading up to around 10. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to get I wanted to develop a scientific kind of mind. Yeah. So, you know, we're looking for toys that kind of, you know, geared towards that kind of, you know what I mean, construction and engineering, physics and them kind of things there, because we can do that from early. Yeah, we ain't got to wait to do those kind of things. And I think I'll touch on that in a sec. So let me get into, you know, looking at what the kind of things that we've been doing, yeah, with our son in terms of developing himself, right?